Imagine watching a video of a world leader declaring war, only to find out moments later it never actually happened. Or hearing your favorite singer release a brand new song, but they never even stepped into a recording studio. This isn't a scene from a sci-fi movie. This is the world of deepfakes and AI voice technology, and it's here, right now. Sound and visuals are no longer guaranteed proof of reality. This technology is growing at an explosive pace, and it's changing everything from entertainment and education to politics, cybersecurity, and even our basic trust in what we see and hear every day. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain. We'll explore how deepfake and AI voice tech really work, look at the tools that are out there, dive into the ethical storm they've created, and figure out how we can all navigate this strange new world. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is a deepfake? Simply put, it's any media, an image, an audio clip, or a video that has been generated or altered by artificial intelligence to look or sound completely real. The magic behind it is a process called deep learning, specifically a technique known as generative adversarial networks, or GANs. Think of it like a game between two AI systems. One is the generator, which tries its best to create fake content. The other is the discriminator, whose job is to spot the fake. They go back and forth, over and over again, with both getting smarter and more sophisticated. Eventually, the generator becomes so good that its creations are almost indistinguishable from the real thing. AI voice cloning works in a similar way. It uses machine learning to analyze every little detail of a person's voice, their tone, pitch, cadence, and accent. With just a few minutes of audio, an AI can create a synthetic replica of that person's voice that can say anything you type. It's a concept that's both fascinating and, depending on your perspective, absolutely terrifying. But before we sound the alarms, let's talk about the good side, because not all deepfakes are created for malicious purposes. In fact, some of the most innovative uses are reshaping industries for the better. In Hollywood, studios use AI to de-age actors or bring historical figures back to life. Remember seeing a young Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia in recent Star Wars projects? That was deepfake technology at work. In education, AI voices are making history more engaging. Imagine listening to a lecture on relativity from someone who sounds just like Albert Einstein. And for accessibility, voice cloning is a miracle. It can give a new voice to people who have lost theirs due to illnesses like ALS. Companies like Descript and ElevenLabs are helping people preserve their unique voice patterns, allowing them to continue communicating with their own voice. In the world of gaming and audiobooks, AI voices are cutting down production costs and making it easier to localize content for different markets. A single creator can now voice an entire cast of characters using clone voices. Even language translation is getting a massive upgrade. Deepfake lip sync and AI dubbing allow creators to speak fluently in multiple languages while keeping their own facial expressions, making content truly global. So yes, there's a lot of creativity, efficiency, and even empathy packed into this technology. But there's always the other side of the coin. The same technology that can bring stories to life can also destroy reputations, spread panic, or manipulate public opinion. In 2023, just days before an important election, a deepfake video of a political figure went viral, urging people to vote differently. It wasn't real, but millions of people believed it was. Then there are the financial scams. A CEO in the UK received a phone call from someone who sounded exactly like his boss, urgently instructing him to transfer a large sum of money to a supplier. The voice was a perfect AI clone. He lost over $240,000 in a matter of minutes. And it gets even more personal. Imagine someone using an AI clone of your voice to prank call your family, or worse, to frame you for a crime you didn't commit. The psychological impact of that is devastating. This isn't just about data security anymore, it's about reality security. When truth itself becomes editable, trust becomes the most valuable currency we have. So, what's driving this explosion of AI media? The accessibility of the tools. There are now dozens of AI platforms that let anyone create deepfakes or voice clones with no coding skills needed. For video, you have tools like ElevenLabs, which is open source and powerful but has a steep learning curve. Then there's Synthesia for corporate presentations, and HeyGen for creating those text-to-video avatars you see all over social media. On mobile, apps like Reface and Zoom make face swapping fun and easy. For voice, the options are just as impressive. ElevenLabs is famous for its incredibly realistic AI voice engine. Respeecher is the go-to for Hollywood productions. Platforms like Play, HT and Podcastle are changing the game for podcasters and audiobook creators. And voice allows for real-time voice conversion, popular among gamers and streamers. These tools are becoming ridiculously simple to use. You type some text, upload a short voice sample, click Generate, and within seconds, you have studio-quality audio. Podcastle, for example, lets you create an AI version of your own voice, so you can edit your podcast just by editing the text, and the AI will seamlessly re-synthesize your voice. It's truly mind-blowing. But this ease of access brings us to a huge ethical question. Just because you can do something, does that mean you should asterisk? Right now, AI-generated media exists in a legal gray area that's changing all the time. Who owns a synthetic voice? If I use an AI clone of Morgan Freeman's voice to narrate my YouTube video, is that creativity or is it theft? Most countries are still scrambling to create laws for digital likeness and voice rights. We are seeing some progress, though. In the U.S., states like California and Texas have passed laws specifically targeting deepfakes used for impersonation or election interference. The AI Act is pushing for clear labeling of all AI-generated content. And China has gone a step further, mandating digital watermarks on synthetic media to prove it's not authentic. But regulation almost always lags behind innovation. By the time laws are passed, the technology is already everywhere. This is why ethics has to start with us, the creators and the engineers. We need to self-govern, be transparent about our use of AI, respect people's likeness rights, and always get consent before using someone's data. As technologists, we're great at chasing innovation. But now, we must also chase accountability. The good news is that AI isn't just the problem, it's also part of the solution. AI is being used to detect deepfakes. Detection models are trained to analyze things human eyes might miss, like pixel inconsistencies, strange lighting, or unnatural facial movements. For audio, they can spot spectral artifacts, tiny clues hidden in the sound waves. Major tech companies are already building countermeasures. Microsoft's Video Authenticator can analyze media and give a confidence score on whether it has been manipulated. Adobe's Content Authenticity Initiative is creating a system of metadata and digital signatures to prove if an image or video is original. And online tools like Reality Defender are available to the public to verify suspicious media. Still, it's a constant cat-and-mouse game. As deepfakes get better, the detectors have to get better too. Some experts believe the future of detection lies in blockchain-based content provenance, a sort of digital fingerprint for every authentic piece of media created. The fight for truth is going to be fought by algorithms on both sides. So, where is all of this headed? We are moving toward a world of synthetic reality, where most of the content we consume online will be at least partially generated by AI. By 2030, some analysts predict that over 80% of digital media will be AI-made in some form. This could mean that news anchors, actors, and even influencers are entirely synthetic personas trained on data from real people. But this future doesn't have to be a dystopian nightmare. The same technology could democratize creativity on a scale we've never seen before. A small YouTuber could create high-quality voiceovers in dozens of languages. A teacher could generate personalized learning avatars for every single student. The key to making this work is transparency. If we build a culture where we clearly disclose when AI is used, like a simple label saying this video uses an AI-generated voice, we can preserve trust while embracing innovation. The question isn't whether deepfakes will exist. They will. The real question is whether we, as a society, can develop the wisdom to coexist with them responsibly. If you're an engineer or someone working in tech, it's time to prepare. First, understand the tech stack. Learn how GANs, diffusion models, and voice synthesis pipelines work. Second, advocate for implementing content authentication in the tools you build, using watermarking or verification systems. Third, educate your users. Be transparent about how their data and likeness might be used. And finally, stay curious but cautious. Experiment with these powerful tools, but never exploit them. At its core, deepfake and AI voice technology is like a mirror. It reflects both the brilliance and the darkness of human creativity. It's a powerful reminder that technology doesn't just extend our abilities, it also amplifies our intentions. So, as we build these incredible tools, perhaps the real challenge isn't teaching machines to sound more human, but teaching humans to stay authentic in an age where almost anything can be faked. If you found this insightful, please hit that like button and share this video with someone who might still believe everything they see online. And let me know in the comments, would you ever use AI to clone your own voice? Why or why not? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay curious, stay ethical, and stay human. Thanks for watching.